Guys, so for today's makeup look, I created this natural eye look with a bold lip. So if you want to know how to create this look, keep on watching, and as always, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start off by applying my Becca matte and poreless primer right onto my T-zone, because as you guys know, my T-zone is pretty oily, so I want that area to be completely matte, so that way my shine doesn't come through throughout the day. So just applying it right onto my T-zone, making sure it's well blended. Now I'm gonna go with my Makeup Forever smoothing primer to hide and minimize the appearance of my pores. I actually have larger pores on my cheeks and on my nose. They're not severely enlarged, but they are. If I don't prime them to hide them, you can definitely see them. So I want to make sure I have those pores covered so my face can look more flawless looking. So now onto foundation. I'm gonna apply in my Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot foundation. This foundation, you guys, is amazing. The coverage is amazing and it lasts all day. It's completely matte. If you have dry skin, I really don't recommend you this foundation, but if you have problems with oil on your face, like if you're very oily, I really do recommend this foundation. It's gorgeous and lasts all day. It's completely matte and you'll love it. So as you can see, my foundation shade is darker than my actual skin tone on my face, because my face is actually lighter than my neck. So I want to make sure I actually do apply the foundation that is the same shade, is the same color as my neck, because I don't want to have that white looking face. So I cover my ears because for those days like today that I'm gonna have a bun, or if I'm gonna have a ponytail, I actually do want my ears to be the same color as my face. So that's why, if you're asking yourself why do I apply foundation on my ears, it's because of that. I want everything on my face to be the same color. So I just keep blending it out with my damp beauty blender. Just keep blending my foundation out completely, making sure everything is very blended, very well blended, and non-streaky and none of that. So just keep bouncing your beauty blender till you know that your foundation is completely blended out. So onto the next step. Now I'm actually going to take my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and my shade is NW25. My shade in the foundation is Caramel. That's the darker shade on this foundation. They only come with 4 shades, so I'm the last one, the Caramel shade. So now applying my foundation right under the eyes. I'm gonna be applying it also on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, my forehead, and my eyelids. I usually don't apply concealer on my eyelids to use as a eyeshadow primer. I actually do like to go with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, but for today I just decided to use my concealer to use that as an eyeshadow primer. So now, as you can see, I'm just blending my concealer out. I really do like this concealer. It has very awesome coverage and it's very light. You don't feel nothing on your face. This concealer is amazing. So here I'm just blending it out. And also, you want to, when you apply your concealer or when you buy a concealer, try to at least buy it 1 shade lighter than your foundation, because you want to bring those areas forward. You want to highlight a little bit, so I really recommend for you to buy at least your concealer a shade lighter than your foundation, so you can highlight under your eyes, and you can bring those areas forward. So just keep blending it out with your damp beauty blender, making sure you don't have any harsh lines or anything like that. And then you definitely have to set your concealer, because you don't want to have any creasing or nothing like that. So keep blending, girl. Everything is on the blending. You have to blend very good so you can have a very nice face. So blend in the concealer on my chin, my forehead, my nose, and my cupid's bow, making sure everything is nice and blended. And then we're going to set those areas with powder so that the makeup and the concealer last all day long. So just keep blending the bridge of my nose to highlight my nose a little bit, not too crazy. I just want to highlight a little bit those areas in particular. This concealer is awesome to use as an eyeshadow primer. It's very, very nice. So after I'm done blending out my concealer, I'm going to take the Shade & Light Contour Kit by Kat Von D, and I'm going to take that middle yellow shade, and I'm going to set my under eye. This is like a banana powder kind of thing, and it's amazing. As you can see, it highlights those areas and it brings them forward. I really do enjoy this powder for under the eyes. I'm actually going to use the same powder, and I'm going to set my eyelids and also the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and my forehead. This is an amazing powder. Definitely is an amazing powder. I'm very happy that Kat Von D actually came out with another contour kit that you can actually replace the pans, because before she didn't have that. Before, if you run out of a shade and if you want it again, you needed to buy the whole complete palette again. But now she has changed that. You have a palette that you can actually replace the shade that you have already finished with, and that is amazing. So after I finish setting those areas, I'm going to set my face with my MAC Pro Longwear Pressed Powder in medium dark, just to set my whole entire face, because this day I really want it to be completely matte. I wanted my makeup to last all day, and I really wanted a very matte foundation and matte looking face today. So I'm just setting everything out. I really don't like to feel any tackiness on my foundation. I don't enjoy that, because when I contour my face, I really do want to have a very matte face. That way when I contour, it goes smoothly and non-streaky, and it goes just perfectly and gorgeous. So now, taking my Shade & Light contour kit again, I'm going to contour right under my cheekbones using my NARS Ita brush. Excuse my brush, I know it's dirty, but this brush is amazing. This brush is actually very expensive. I think it's around $50 for only that brush, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. This brush is completely amazing. I enjoy having this brush a lot. So after I finish contouring my cheekbones, I'm going to actually contour my nose a little bit. That way my nose looks a little bit smaller. I really do enjoy contouring my nose. Then after that, I'm going to take the darker shade on the palette, and I am going to bronze on my forehead, and then I'm also going to bronze on my jaw, making sure everything is nice and contoured. So that's what I'm doing right there, bronzing my forehead. And now onto the jaw, using the same darker shade Just applying it onto my jaw and blending it downwards. So after I finish with my contour kit, I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the middle shade on that contour kit, and I'm gonna bronze a little bit right on top of the contour that I just did. I really do enjoy this bronzer from this palette. Is amazing. That's my go-to. I actually use it like almost every day because I really do love that bronzer shade a lot. So now that I'm finished with that contouring step, I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics Nude Blush palette and I'm gonna mix a few of the shades that I have there to apply them onto the apples of the cheeks. So just taking those shades, I'm gonna apply it onto the apples of the cheeks, and it actually adds a very nice color to your cheeks. I really do enjoy this palette. BH Cosmetics actually has a very nice variety of makeup. The blushes are amazing, and I actually did use from their line the Carly Bybel eyeshadow palette. That palette is amazing. So if you haven't buy anything from BH Cosmetics, you should go and check out their page, bhcosmetics.com, because they have a lot of great products. I also know that they have some liquid lipsticks. I haven't tried them, but I for sure know they are very, very good. So on to the next step. I'm actually going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm gonna apply the shade Bubble onto my cheekbones, and as you can see, that is a gorgeous, beautiful highlight. I really do enjoy this highlight palette. And if you actually do apply some Fix Plus to your brush, it makes your highlight looks even beautiful, more beautiful. So I'm just applying it on top of my brow, my cheekbones, my tip of my nose, under my brows, my cupid's bow, and on my chin. I really do enjoy this highlight. If you turn to the side, girl, you are going to glow so much. I really do get a lot of compliments every time I use this highlight palette. So now onto the eyes. I'm going to use my Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Smarty Pants, which is a neutral shade, transition shade. I actually am going to apply that shade all over my crease and onto my eyelid as well. This eyeshadow palette is my go-to eyeshadow palette. I usually go like every time with very neutral eyes, and every time that I travel, this is the palette that I always go with. It's small, you can put it on your bag, you can put it anywhere, and it's amazing. So I usually go with that palette everywhere that I go. The pigmentation is gorgeous, they last all day, they're so creamy, and you can blend it out very easily. So now going to a darker shade, just a little bit. I'm going to apply the darker shade right onto the corners of my eyes and a little bit on my crease, just to darken it up a tiny bit. I don't want to go too crazy with the eyes because, as you know, I'm just doing a simple neutral eye with a bold red lip. So that's why I want to have my eyes very nice and simple. So just keep applying that eyeshadow and blending it onto my crease. making sure everything is nice and blended, because girl, you don't want to have no harsh lines on your eyeshadow. You need to blend everything very, very good. So I just keep making sure that everything is well blended. As you can see, I just took another brush here to make sure that I'm blending everything all completely out so that my eyeshadow looks perfect. So from the same palette, I'm gonna use the white shade, and I'm gonna apply it right onto my inner corners just to brighten that area just a little bit. And after that, I am going to blend once again everything all out. And then now I'm going to take my MAC Nylon eyeshadow and I'm going to highlight right onto my brow bone. And let me tell you guys that after I finished using that eyeshadow, I was cleaning everything out and I dropped the eyeshadow on the floor and it shattered in 1,000 pieces everywhere. So I had to just drop it on the garbage, and now I need to get a new one because that eyeshadow is amazing to highlight on your inner corners and under your eyebrows. It's an amazing eyeshadow. I bought it because of Jaclyn Hill. She convinced me into buying that eyeshadow. She used to mention that eyeshadow on every video, so I had to buy it. So I bought it. I love it. I enjoy it, and now I need to get a new one. So now, using my Urban Decay black liner, I'm gonna tie line my upper waterline because I love doing this step because of the fact that your eyelashes looks even fuller and darker. So it's kind of bothering doing that step, but I really do enjoy doing it. So also applying the liner onto my waterline because I wanted to have my eyes pretty dark this day, so that's why I apply the black liner onto my lower waterline as well. Now I'm curling my lashes using this Revlon curler, which is amazing. It's very good. And now I'm going to take my They're Real by Benefit lash primer. This eyelash primer is actually brown, and I enjoy that because the days that I don't want to wear mascara, I just wear this primer and I'm good to go. This primer is amazing. Before, I actually didn't use lash primer, but I noticed that using only mascara, my eyelashes used to fall a lot. But since I started to use lash primer, my eyelashes don't fall at all. So I really do, every time I do this step, I can't go a day without applying my eyelash primer. So now going on to mascara, I'm applying my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This mascara by far is the best of the best mascara from the drugstore. I heard Carly Bybel raving about this mascara that I actually had to buy it because it is amazing. It separates your lashes, it makes them longer, it doesn't clump, and it lasts all day long. I really do enjoy this mascara a lot. So now onto my lower lashes. I'm applying the same mascara onto my lashes. And after I'm finished with this step, I'm actually finished with the eyes and with everything else. You should try this mascara. Trust me, you will definitely love it. So now that my eyes are completely finished, I'm gonna move on to lips. And I'm going to use my Jouer liquid lipstick, and the name is Phrase Bon Bon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's a very nice red color. This color is amazing. And from my top 5 brands of liquid lipstick, I have to say that Jouer is my first number one best formula of liquid lips. They are so pigmented, and when you wear them, you actually don't feel them. They feel very, very light. They're very pigmented. They last all day long. You can drink, you can eat, you can make out with your husband or your boyfriend, and it's not going to come out. I'm telling you, it's not going to come out. It lasts all day long. I really do enjoy this formula of liquid lip. And as you can see, I have a very defined Cupid's bow, almost like a heart shape. I really do enjoy my Cupid's bow. My mom, she loves my Cupid's bow a lot. And yeah, so after finishing with my lip color, as you can see, this makeup look is actually come to an end, is completed, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This neutral eye makeup look with a bold lip. I hope you guys enjoy it, and as always, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.